Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. If you are able to hear me, can any one of you type in the chat window, please? Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So yesterday we started the chapter 3 slides, the concepts that are covered in chapter 3 of Madinah Arabic book 1. I hope the first two chapters all of you have understood. You may have to go through the slides and probably my video also again, and you can pause and take notes, and if you still have any difficulty, you can mention on the Telegram group. You can type your difficulty there, whatever topic you have not understood. So inshallah, one of our volunteers, he might reply back, or I may also respond back on the Telegram group. In addition to that, you can also make use of website forum. There is a forum there, so you can make use of that so that it will be retained, the information will be retained there, and other people can also benefit from those questions. This is for the first two chapters. I know for a few people, they found that I went very fast yesterday, and but I went very fast, but you know, if you will listen to my video, inshallah, you will understand. I have to go with a certain speed. I'm trying my best to be as slow as possible, but if I will be very slow, then it will be difficult to complete this course within 3 months. And we are only taking 3 times a week. It's only 1 hour class. So, but you have a chance to ask questions. If any topic you have not understood, feel free to ask questions on the Telegram group. Feel free to ask questions on the forum. So you are free to ask questions until the topic is clear. Inshallah, I will patiently reply to all of your questions, but the questions should be related to the topic. So don't try to jump out of topic, you know. So some people, they might be expecting, you know, there are a few topics which is not yet covered. So don't try to jump forward. Focus your questions related to the topic only, okay? So yesterday we were halfway through chapter 3 slides. And inshallah now, today we are going to cover very, very, very important topics. And these topics will be the foundation for you to learn to learn Arabic language. These are very, very important topics. So you have to be very attentive today. Try to grasp as much as possible. Try to take down your notes as much as possible, and try to understand the topics today. I will try to take you slowly through these slides, inshallah. And inshallah, if time permits, I will give you a chance to ask questions also. So as I mentioned in the first class, that Arabic language contains 28 letters or 28 alphabets, okay? So Arabic language contains 28 letters or 28 alphabets. A request to all of you before I proceed, when you are typing any question on the chat window, I suggest you type for everyone. So if you will type the question only to me, I may not be looking at chat. So But if you are typing to everyone, there are volunteers who are attending this course, so some of them might reply to your questions, inshallah. So Arabic letters are total 28, and these are divided into two categories. Arabic letters are divided into two categories, and one category is called Huruf Al-Qamariyah, and the second category is called Huruf Al-Shamsiyah. Okay, so Al-Qamaru means moon, the moon. Ash-Shamsu means the sun. Al-Qamaru means the moon. Ash-Shamsu means the sun. So Al-Qamariyatu means, you can say in English language, moon letters. Okay, and Ash-Shamsiyatu means, you can say it's sun letters. Now, those who are good in tajweed, probably they know this topic very well. This topic is important. So 28 letters are divided into two equally. 14 are Al-Qamariyah and 14 are Ash-Shamsiya. So let's say Qaf. This is the letter Qaf. Now Qaf falls into this category, Al-Qamariyah category. Now, why this category is called Al-Qamariyatu? Because of Qaf. This is the name so that people can remember. So Arabic scholars, they named these categories Al-Qamariyah. And why they named it Al-Qamariyah? Because Qaf falls into this category, and with this Qaf, the word Qamarun is there. The word Qamarun is there. So as I mentioned yesterday, Qamarun means a moon. But and it's in the form of nakira. But I want to make it ma'rifa. So what I will do, I will attach lam ta'rif to that, with alif and lam. So that will become al-qamaru. Al-qamaru. Now, what is the importance of this is in the Qamariya letters, the lam is pronounced. The lam there is a sound of lam. Which lam? The lam ta'rif. There is a sound of lam. So here I'm saying al. So you can see I'm stopping at al-qamaru. Al-qamaru. Okay. So that is al-qamaru. Okay. Now, ash-shamsiyatu. Now, why this category is called ash-shamsiyatu? Because it contains letter sheen. It contains letter sheen. Now, sheen, from sheen is the word shamsun. From sheen is the word shamsun. Now, when I attach al to that, I am not pronouncing lam. I am not pronouncing lam. How I'm saying that? Ash-shamsu. Lam is not mentioned at all. Though lam is there, but I'm just saying it ash-shamsu. Ash-shamsu. Okay, that's why for people to read correctly, normally this shadda is placed. This shadda, these are the vowels. Now, this is not the part of original Arabic letter. So people who are familiar with Urdu language and Farsi language, you know that in Urdu writing and in the Farsi, you don't put harakat, you don't put the vowels, signs. You just write, but you pronounce them correctly. Where it has to be pronounced u, a, e, where there is a shadda, you do it naturally because that's your mother tongue. In the same way, originally in Arabic, if you see any Arabic books, you don't see these harakat on that. It's just written using alphabets. or letters. So these harakat are placed in mushaf in Quran so that people can read Quran correctly, especially those people who are non-Arabic speakers. Okay, so now this shadda is making this lam silent, or the lam is not pronounced. So these two categories are made. All the Qamari letters, in all the Qamari letters, lam is pronounced, and in all the Shamsiyah letters, lam is not pronounced. I hope you understood this. Lam is not pronounced. So ash-shamsu. Okay. Now here Hamza. Al-abu. Al-abu. Al-qamaru means the moon. Hamza al-abu. Here I am pronouncing nam. Al-abu means the father. I am telling the meanings also. You can write the meanings for these letters. Al-abu, the father. Al-babu. Al-babu, the door. Al-jannatu. Al-jannatu. Okay, the garden. So Jannah starts with Jim. So it's Jim is AlQamriyah. Ba is AlQamriyah. Hamza is AlQamriyah. Qaf is AlQamriyah. Ha is AlQamriyah. From Ha there is Al-Himaru. Al-Himaru, the donkey. Kha is Al-Qamriyah. And from it is Khubzun, or if you attach Al, so it becomes Al-Khubzu, means the bread. Okay, the bread. Al-Khubzu. Ain, it's Al-Qamriyah. Al-Ainu, Al-Ainu, the eye. Okay. Ghain, it's Al-Qamriyah. Al-Ghada'u. Al-Ghada'u means lunch or dinner. Okay, lunch. Al-Ghada'u. Letter Fa, it's Al-Qamriyah. Al-Famu. Al-Famu means mouth or lips, mouth. Letter Kaf, Al-Qamriyah. Al-Kalbu, the dog. Letter Mim, okay, it's Al-Qamriyah. Al-Ma'u, the water, the water. Letter Waw, Al-Qamriyah. Al-Waladu, the boy. Al-Waladu, the boy. Letter Ha, okay, Al-Qamriyah. Al-Hawa'u, the air. Hawa, the air. Letter Ya, it's Al-Qamriyah. Al-Yadu, Al-Yadu. Okay, so there's a mistake here. There's a typing mistake. It should be, there should be two dots below this. Okay, so it's a font. This font doesn't show two dots when you write. So inshallah it will be corrected in the next one. So there should be two dots below. So that's yeah. But if it is without two dots, it means something else, which will be explained to you later on. Okay. So al-yadu, this is ya, letter ya. Al-yadu, which means the hand. Okay. Now let's look at AlShamsiya letters. At-tajiru. Now here I am not pronouncing lam. At-tajiru. So ta is AlShamsiya. Ta at-tajiru means trader or a businessman. Letter tha, AlShamsiya. Athawbu means dress. The athawb means dress. And normally in the Arab world, they are, men are wearing this long dress. So athawbu. So that is athawbu. Okay, letter dal, okay, dal, that's Shamsiya. Ad-diku, the rooster. Letter dal, ad-zahabu, the gold, that's Shamsiya. Letter ra, ar-rajulu, the man, that's Shamsiya. Letter za, that's Shamsiya. Az-zahratu, the flower. Okay, letter sin, that's AlShamsiya. As-samaku, the fish. As-samaku, the fish. Letter Swad, As-sadru, the chest. That's AlShamsiya. Swad is AlShamsiya. Letter Dad, and that is AlShamsiya. Ad-daifu. Ad-daifu means the guest who is visiting you, الضيف. Letter Ta, الطالب means students, that's AlShamsiya. Letter Dha, الظهر, which means back, okay? So that's AlShamsiya. Letter Lam, al-lahmu. Al-lahmu means the meat, the one you eat, mutton or meat. Al-lahmu. Letter Noon, al-najmu. Al-najmu, the star. That's AlShamsiya. Okay. So you have to remember what are the letters AlQamriyah and what are the letters AlShamsiya. Now, those who have good practice of reading Quran correctly, they don't need to remember that because naturally they will be reading them correctly. But if you do not, then you need to memorize that. Okay, you need to memorize that. Fine, for correct Arabic reading. Okay. Now, I mentioned that ism have three properties. Ism have, sorry, four properties. Ism have four properties. And the first property I mentioned is Ae'raabun, Jins, Adad, Qism. Ae'raab means status, Jins is gender, Adad means number, Qism means type. Now, Qism I already discussed in the earlier class, which is there are two types of Qism, two types of ism, which are Ma'rifa, Nakira, definite, indefinite. Kitabun is Nakira, Al-Kitabu is Ma'rifa. All proper names are Ma'rifa. Okay, like Muhammadun, Hamidun, Maryamu, Khadijatu, Aishatu, all these are Ma'rifa. Okay, now Nakira are indefinite nouns. Indefinite nouns. So that is a book, a pen, a boy, a man. It can be any man, it can be any book, it can be any pen. So that we have already covered. Now, today I'm going to cover a very, very important topic, Ae'raab, and there are three types of Ae'raab. There are three types of Ae'raab. One is called Raf'un, the second is called Nasbun, the third is called Jarrun. You can say Rafa, Nasab, Jar. Okay, you can say that. Rafa, Nasab, Jar. Raf'un, Nasbun, Jarrun. Rafa, Nasab, Jar. Okay, now I'm going to explain you what are these and what is the importance of this. There is a lot of, it's very important to understand this subject. Okay, this is a very important subject. Rafa, Nasab, Jar. Let's go into the details. Now, I mentioned to you that ism, any word that carries the last letters, the sign that the last letter is carrying is very important. Okay. Now, the status of the ism is determined from the ending sound of the word. From the ending sound of the word. I request all of you to please switch off your camera. Okay. So, what I want to tell you is the ending sound of the word is very important to know the status of the word, to know the status of the ism. So if the ending sound of the word or ism is dammatan, means two dhamma is dammatan, means two dhamma, like this. Okay, then it is in the state of raf or rafa. If the ending sound of the word is two fatha, okay, then it is in the state of nasb. And if the ending sound of the ism is two kasra, then it is in the state of jar. Okay, In the same way, if the ending sound of the word or ism is single dhamma, then it is rafa. If the ending sound of the word is single fatha, then it is nasab state. And if the ending sound of the word is with single kasra, then it is in the jar state. Okay, from example you will understand, inshallah. So let's look at the examples before we. Okay, so the word that is in rafa state is called marfu. So that word is in a state of rafa, but that the word that is in that state is called marfu. For example, the name of the deen is Islam. The name of the deen is Islam. And the person who is the believer of Islam is Muslim. Okay, the person who follows Islam is Muslim. The person, the meaning of faith is Iman. So the person who have Iman in him is called Mu'min. In the same way, the word that is in the state of Rafa is Marfu. The word that is in the state of Nasab is Mansub. The word that is in the state of Jar is Majroor. Okay? Rafa, from Rafa is Marfu. From Nasab is Mansub. From Jar is Majroor. Okay? Now, let me take an example. For example, this is a word, ism Muhammadun. It's the name of a person. Muhammadun. What is the ending sound of this word? Dun. Dun. Un. Okay, so it is in which state? It is in Rafa state. It is in Rafa state. And Muhammadun is called Marfu. Muhammadun is in a state of Rafa, but Muhammadun is itself in a state, it's called Marfu. So you can either say Muhammad is in a state of Rafa, or you can say that Muhammadun is Marfu. You can say that. In the same way, I can write Muhammadun like this also, Muhammadan. And I explained you the meaning of alif, that when two fatha comes, it's always alif is added, except for few exceptions, and I gave you the exceptions also. Okay, so Muhammadan, it's mansoob. Muhammadan is mansoob, or you can say it is in the state of nasab. In the same way, I can even write Muhammadun, like Muhammadin. So Muhammadin is in the state of majroor, and Muhammadin is majroor, and it is in the state of jar. Okay, it's in the state of jar. So this is the okay. Now a request to all of you, brothers and sisters. Every teacher have his way of teaching concepts in Arabic language. Now, this is my way of explanation. So go with my way. You will understand the subject very well. So don't try to jump and go further. Okay, you will slowly get the topic of it. So take piecemeal by piecemeal, have some sabr. Now, time being, you just remember this, that Ae'raab, Ae'raab will be the topic that will be discussed in several chapters. Now, this is the beginning of Ae'raab. This is a topic that we just started. So just remember that for ism that's ending with dun, dan, din, so they keep on changing the status. Okay. Now let's go take more examples. So Talibun is Rafa in Rafa state, Taliban in Nasab state, Talibin in Jar state. All of them, they mean student. Mudarrisun, Rafa state, Mudarrisan, Nasab state, Mudarrisin, Jar state. All of them, they mean teacher. Baitun, Rafa state, Baitan, Nasab state, Baitin, Jar state. All of them, they mean house. Masjidun, Rafa state, Masjidan, nasab state, masjidin jar state. All of them they mean masjid. So I can say talibun, mudarrisun, baytun, masjidun, talibun, mudarrisun, baytun, masjidun. They are all marfu'. In the same way, taliban, mudarrisan, baytan, masjidan, they are all mansub. In the same way, talibin, mudarrisin, baytin, masjidin are all majroor. Okay, they are all majroor. Okay, so let's go further. Now, more examples. As-sariru. Now there is single dhamma. Why single dhamma? Because there is al. And I told you that with al will never carry tanween. Al will not allow tanween to remain as the last ending sound. So as-sariru, the bed, in rafa state, as-sarira in nasab state, as-sariri in jar state. Okay, they all mean bed. An-najmu in rafa state, an-najma in nasab state, an-najmi in jar state, they all mean the star. Al-baladu in rafa state, al-balada in nasab state, al-baladi in jar state, they all mean the boy. Al-qamaru in rafa state, al-qamara in nasab state, al-qamari in jar state, they all mean the moon. So I can say as-sariru or an-najmu or al-baladu or al-qamaru, they are all marfu'. In the same way, as-sariru is mansub. In the same way, an-najmu is mansub, al-baladu is mansub, al-qamaru is mansub. In the same way, as-sariri is majroor, an-najmi is majroor, al-baladi is majroor, al-qamari is majroor. Okay, so we will be repeating these terms so many times that it will be embedded in your mind, inshallah. Okay, so request all of you to please switch off your camera. Okay, don't put on your camera, please. Okay, now I also mentioned that words, they are called in Arabic language kalima, and they combine to form phrases or fragments, which is called al-murakkab, and the phrases, they combine to form al-jumla, which is sentence. Okay, and that makes the whole language. This is in any language. In any language, words, they combine into phrases, phrases combine into meaningful sentence. Sentence have a meaning, phrases doesn't have a meaning. It's the meaning is not complete. For example, if I say this book doesn't, the meaning is not complete. What is this book? This pen, the meaning is not complete. You expect something more. So something meaningful is al-jumla, the sentence, al-jumla. So today, this is second important topic that we are learning today is al-jumla. Okay, al-jumla. Now, what is al-jumla? Al-jumla is a sentence in English language, which we call it as a sentence, but it will make a complete sense. The complete meaning will come into that. Okay, complete meaning will come into that. So, for example, so there are two kinds of jumla in Arabic language: al-Jumlatul Ismiyatu, al-Jumlatul Fi'liyatu. Okay, now the jumla that starts with ism, the sentence that begins with ism, is called al-Jumlatul Ismiyatu. The sentence that begins with ism or noun, you can say time being, or pronoun, or whatever it is, we will. So that is called al-Jumlatul Ismiyatu. Ismiya is from ism. Okay. Now the second type of jumla is al-Jumlatul Fi'liyatu. So the sentence that begins with fi'l, it's called al-Jumlatul Fi'liyatu. Now fi'l is a topic that will be covered in detail in book number 2. Okay, but we will be discussing some Jumlatul Fi'liyah, and inshallah it will be coming in chapters in this book also. So when the time comes, I will explain you al-Jumlatul Fi'liyah too. But time being, just remember that there is a second category of jumla which is called al-Jumlatul Fi'liyah. Okay. So there are two kinds of sentences, Al-Jumlatul Ismiyah, Al-Jumlatul Fi'liyah. Okay. Now in this book, mostly we will be learning mostly Jumlatul Ismiyah. We'll be mostly learning Jumlatul Ismiyah, the sentences that begin with noun. Okay, the sentences that begin with noun. Okay, so I'll take a simple example, a very simple example, a simple sentence today. Al-qalamu maksurun. Al-qalamu maksurun. The meaning of this is the pen is broken. Maksurun means broken. Maksurun means broken. So what is the meaning of it? The pen is broken. Now, does this make sense? If I say al-qalamu, it's incomplete. But if I'm say al-qalamu maksurun, it makes sense completely. The pen is broken. The complete meaning is covered. So it is jumla. You can call it as jumla. Though it is having only two words in it, just two words. One is al-qalamu and one is maksurun. But it's a complete meaningful sentence. It's a complete meaningful sentence. Now, just look at this sentence, al-qalamu maksurun. What is the subject of this topic? What is the subject of this sentence? What is this sentence talking about? The sentence is talking about the pen. Okay, the sentence is talking about the pen. Fine. So this is the subject, the main topic, the main thing of this of the jumla ismiya, that is called al-mubtada. That is called al-mubtada. Okay, you will remember these terminologies, brothers and sisters, because I will be repeating and repeating and repeating. Okay, so the main subject of the sentence of jumla ismiya, it's called al-mubtada. And there is a news about the mubtada. So I'm saying al-qalamu maksurun, the pen is broken. So there is a news about the pen. There is a more information about the pen is given. So that is called al-khabaru. That's called al-khabaru. So whatever is the news or the detail or the information of the subject, that is called al-khabaru. Okay, so al-mubtada and al-khabaru. Okay, so that's the, so always Jumlatul Ismiyah will have two things in it, al-mubtada and al-khabar. Remember that Jumla Ismiyah is not Jumla unless and until it doesn't have mubtada and khabar. Mubtada and khabar, they will always be there. So Jumla Ismiyah will have two things, al-mubtada and al-khabar. Remember this. Okay. So what is al-mubtada? What is al-mubtada? Al-mubtada, it will always be ma'rifah. It will be always ma'rifah. Okay. Not always, most of the time ma'rifah. Now, I shouldn't say always, most of the time ma'rifah, because in some exceptions, it's not ma'rifah, that will be taught to you later, okay? But assume time being that it will be most of the time ma'rifah, al-mubtada. And al-mubtada will be always marfu. The mubtada will be always marfu. So what was the example in that I gave you previously? Al-qalamu maksurun. So al-qalamu is ending with u sound, dhamma. So it is marfu. So it is always marfu. Mubtada is always marfu. So if you are saying it's al-qalama, it is not mubtada. Okay? So it's wrong to say al-qalama maksurun. Okay? So it should be al-qalamu maksurun. So this is the importance of that. Okay? Now, what is al-mubtada? It is the subject of the talk. It is the subject of the talk. I hope it's clear, brothers and sisters. Now let's go to what's al-khabaru. Al-khabaru. This is the It gives the news or information about al-mubtada. It gives news or information about mubtada. Now, I only gave you a simple example of a sentence which have only two words. So the second word was al-khabar, but it is not necessary that al-khabar can be a single word. The khabar can be a phrase also, or khabar can be a mixture of several words also. So now we are in these chapters, in the initial chapters, we are only learning single word khabar, simple sentence. We are starting with simple sentences. So when the khabar is single word, then it is always marfu. Remember this you can memorize this. When the khabar is single word, it is always marfu, and khabar is most of the time nakira. I'm not saying always, most of the time it is nakira. But remember, when the khabar is single word, it is always marfu. And mubtada is always marfu. Mubtada is always marfu. Okay, remember this. So this is mubtada and khabar. Let's take an example, more examples. Now, from today onwards, I will be going into grammatical analysis of the sentences. So what we will be doing, this is the best way according to me to understand Arabic grammar. So I have my own unique way of teaching you this. Now, what is the grammatical analysis? We will be going and we will be doing the post-mortem of each and every sentence. Like this, you know, the forensic doctor, he will do the post-mortem of the body and will try to find out what is inside. So this, the same way, we will break down the sentence and we will try to analyze the sentence in detail. So let's take an example. At-talibu jalisun. At-talibu jalisun. The student is sitting. So it consists of two words. At-talibu, and the second word is jalisun. It makes complete sense. The student is sitting. It makes complete sense. So it's jumla. Now it's jumla, but it's starting from what? It's starting from ism. So it is Jumla Ismiyah, right? The moment you see it is starting from at-talibu, which is ism, so it is Jumla Ismiyah. Okay? So this is Al-Jumlatul Ismiyah. Now let's do what is this? At-talibu, what is it? It is carrying al with it. So it is ma'rifa. If there is no al, then it will be nakira. Talibun, it will be nakira, indefinite. Al means it's ma'rifa. At-talibu is ma'rifa. What is at-talibu in addition to that? It is mubtada, because it's the subject of the talk. It is what is this sentence talking about? It's talking about the student. So that is the subject of the talk. So it is al-mubtada. It is ma'rifa. So I told you that mubtada at-talibu is the subject of the talk is this, and most of the time al-mubtada is ma'rifa. Now jalisun, most of the time it is nakira. So it is nakira. There is no al with that, nakira. And this is the news of the information about the mubtada, means it's telling about what a talibu is doing. So talibu is sitting, al-khabaru. So this is khabar. And I told you that in addition to this, I told you that al-mubtada is always remember, you should remember this sentence. Al-mubtada is always marfu. Al-mubtada is always marfu. And if it is a single word khabar, now it is a single word khabar here. If it is a single word khabar, so it is always marfu. Okay, so it is always marfu. Now this is the grammatical analysis of a simple sentence. Now you need to do this so that all these terms will get settled in your mind. Now you write the sentences. When you do the practice at home, You take such sentences from the book and you do the analysis. Okay, this is the grammatical analysis of a sentence. Let's take another example. الرجل طويل والولد قصير. الرجل طويل والولد قصير. Now, what does it mean? The man is tall and the boy is short. The man is tall and the boy is short. Now it makes sense, but I have noticed two things here. The man is tall, this itself makes a complete sense. So the man is tall itself is Jumlatul Ismiyah. This red color text, this itself is Jumlatul Ismiyah. In the same, and what is wa I taught you? It's harfu ataf, which means and. Wa means and, it's harfu ataf. And al-waladu qasirun, the boy is short. Again, this makes complete sense. So this is again al-jumlatul ismiyah. So this means it's in Arabic language, you can have several of jumla coming together. Okay, so this whole thing have two jumla ismiyah. Okay, this have two jumla ismiyah and it is separated by a letter waw, which means and. Let's analyze this also. Ar-rajulu, I will take this as the first part of the sentence. Ar-rajulu tawilun. So what is ar-rajulu? Again, it is coming with al, so it is ma'rifa. Okay, and the man is tall, so it is subject of the talk, so it is mubtada. In the same way, tawilun is nakira and it is without al, it is with tanween, so it is nakira, and it is the information or the news about the ar-rajulu, so it is al-khabaru. Now, as I mentioned, al-mubtada is always marfu, and if it is single word khabar, so it is always marfu. Okay, so this is the grammatical analysis of this part of the sentence. In the same way, al-waladu qasirun. Al-waladu qasirun. Exactly same way, al-waladu, again with al, so it is ma'rifa, and it is subject of the talk, it's al-mubtada, and it is nakira, qasirun is nakira, and it is the khabar, it's the boy is short, it's telling the news about the boy, and mubtada is always marfu, and if it is single word khabar, so it is always marfu. Okay, so this is the grammatical analysis. If you do keep on doing this, the understanding of Arabic will become very simplified for you, inshallah. Now I will give you a homework. These two sentences you can try at home yourself. Okay, you can do the practice yourself at home. Now we'll take some examples from the religious text. Okay, we'll take some examples, some simple examples. So Allahu Ghafurun. Allahu Ghafurun. I've taken a part of the ayah. Why? Because whatever you are learning, I'm only giving that much to you. I'm not mentioning the whole ayah, because just to explain you, Allahu Ghafurun. Allah is forgiving. It's a complete sentence. Allah is forgiving. So Allah, now Allah, the name of Allah is a proper name. It's a name of a person. It's a name of a God. So it's a proper name. So it is ma'rifa, and it is ma'rifa, and it is the subject of the talk. So it is mubtada. Ghafurun is forgiving, which means it's nakira, and it is khabar, and both of them are in the marfu state. Both of them is carrying dhamma, and this is in the dhamma. Okay, Allahu sami'un. Allah is all hearing. Allah is hearing. You know? It's a complete sentence, same thing. You can do the same analysis. Allahu azizun. Allah is almighty. Allah is almighty. Okay, Allahu azizun. Exactly same thing. Same thing. You can do the analysis yourself. As-sawmu junnatun. This is a hadith from Tirmidhi. Asamu junnatun. Junnatun means shield, means the fast. Asamu means fast, fast which you fast in the month of Ramadan. So the fast is a shield. So it acts as a shield to, and it protects you from bad things. It protects you from bad deeds. So it acts as a shield. Asamu junnatun. This is a part of hadith. Okay. As-salatu nurun. Okay. As-salatu nurun. The salah means prayer. Okay, that you pray 5 times a day. And nurun means light. Okay. So the prayer is a light. As-sadaqatu burhanun. As-sadaqatu burhan. As-sadaqatu means as-sadaqatu means charity. The charity is an evidence. Burhanun means evidence. Why it is called as-sadaqatu burhanun? Because giving charity is an evidence of iman. It's an evidence of iman, okay, of a person. As-sabru diya'un. As-sabru diya'un. Okay. The patience. As-sabru means patience. So the patience is illumination. Patience is illumination. So patience gives light. Like if a person is doing sabr on any calamity, so he will be illuminated. He will know what to do. He will take correct decisions. But if he becomes overwhelmed with the calamity, he will not, and he doesn't have patience, so he will not be illuminated. He will make mistakes. Okay. So as-sabru diya'un. So now all these are al-jumla fi'liya examples from the religious text. So here the concept slides have been completed. Whatever time is left, we will try to finish the part of the textbook as much as possible. So I will share you now the textbook, inshallah, and we will go through the text. So here is, we are starting today ad-darsu thalithu, the 3rd chapter. Okay, ad-darsu thalithu. Now I mentioned that to make any ism, baytun, which is a house, any house, but if I want to talk about specific house, so I will attach lam ta'rif to that al. So al baytu means the house, means a specific house. Kitabun, a book, any book, it can be any book. Al kitabu means a specific book, a specific book. And when al is there is no tanween on the last letter. Otherwise, there is tanween here, kitabun. There is tanween here, baytun. Okay. Al qalamun, a pen, any pen. Al qalamu, the pen, it's a specific pen. Jamalun, okay, a camel, it can be any camel. Al jamalu means the camel is specific camel. Okay, so this is ma'rifa, this is nakira, this is nakira, this is ma'rifa, this is nakira, this is ma'rifa, this is nakira, this is ma'rifa. Okay, again here we are going into Jumlatul Ismiyah. Al-qalamu maksurun, the pen is broken. The pen is broken. This is al-mubtada and this is al-khabar. So you can make analysis of it at home. Okay. Al-babu maftuhun, the door is open. Maftuhun means open. Okay. Maftuhun means open. The door is opened. Al-waladu jalisun wal-mudarrisu waqifun, the boy is sitting and the teacher is standing. Okay, both of them are al-jumlatul ismiyah and they are separated by harfu ataf. Al-waladu jalisun, the boy is sitting, and al-mudarrisu waqifun, the teacher is standing. Okay, here again, al-kitabu jadidun wal-qalamu qadimun, the book is new. Al-kitabu jadidun, the book is new, which makes complete sense. So it's Jumlatul Ismiyah. Wal-qalamu qadimun, and the pen is old. The book is new and the pen is old. Qadimun means old. Now I explained you Hamzatul Wasl and Hamzatul Qata. And I told you that when any word comes before Hamzatul Wasl, So it joins that word to the next word. So this was al-qalamu, but when ba came to it, this hamza is not pronounced. Wal qalamu. Directly it is ba. After that, we are directly mentioning hamza. Now it depends on what kind of letter is this. Which one? Qaf. The qaf is from harfu qamariya. So that's why lam is pronounced here. Wal qalamu. I'm not saying wa qalamu. Okay, because this is from Huruf Al-Qabariyah. Okay, remember this. Al-himaru saghirun wal-hisanu kabirun. Al-himaru saghirun wal-hisanu kabirun. The donkey is small or short and the horse is big. The horse is big. Al-himaru saghirun, the donkey is small and the horse is big. Al-kursiyu maksurun, the chair is broken. Complete Jumlatul Ismiyah. The chair is broken. Al-kursiyu maksurun. Kursiyu. If there is no al, it will be kursiyun. Okay. Al-mindilu wasikhun. The scarf is dirty. Wasikhun means dirty. The handkerchief is dirty. The handkerchief is dirty. Okay. Al-mindilu wasikhun. Al-ma'u, there is hamza here. There is a misprint here. It's a hamza here. Al-ma'u baridun. The water is cold. Baridun means cold. Al-ma'u baridun. Al-qamaru jamilun. Okay, the moon is beautiful. Jamilun means beautiful. The moon is beautiful. Al-baytu qaribun wal masjidu ba'idun. The house is near and the masjid is far. Qaribun means near, ba'idun means far. Al-hajaru thaqilun wal waraqu khafifun. Al-hajaru means the rock, the stone. Al-hajaru thaqilun. The rock is heavy. Thaqilun means heavy. Al-hajaru thaqilun wal waraqu. Wal waraqu means the paper. Okay, wal waraqu khafifun. The paper is light. Okay, the paper is light. Al hajaru thaqilun wal waraqu khafifun. Al labanu harun. The milk is hot. Harun means hot. Al labanu harun. The milk is hot. Al qamisu nadhifun. Al-qamisu nadhifun. The shirt is clean. The shirt is clean. Nadhifun means clean. Al-qamisu means the shirt. Okay, now this is the exercise. Now what you have to do in this exercise is there are no harakat here. So there are no harakat. Now you have to tell them with correct harakat. So there is mixture of ma'rifah and nakira over here, words. And you have to write it down also with the correct harakat. Okay? Masjidun. I'm just telling you masjidun because this is a masjid. So the dal will carry tanween, masjidun. And I told you ism by itself is always taking dammatan, two damma. Now, how it will become two fatha and how it will become two kasra, we will learn it later on, inshallah. So don't worry. So how the ism converts from marfu to mansub to majroor, you will be learning it very soon, inshallah. Okay. Now this is al-masjidu. Al-masjidu. Because al is there, so it will carry single dhamma. Al-ma'u, the water. Ma'un, water. Ma'un. Al-baytu, the house. Babun, a house. Qalamun, a pen. Al-qalamu, al-qalamu, the pen. Al-kalbu, the dog. Kalbun, kalbun. Qamisun, qamisun, a shirt. Waladun, waladun, a boy. Al-hajaru, the rock. Al-waladu, the boy. Himarun, the himarun, donkey. Al-himaru, the donkey. Al-hisanu, the horse. Hisanun, horse. Okay. Iqra waktub, read and write. Okay, you have to, at home, you have to read and write. Okay, that's your homework. Read and write. Al-maktabu maksurun. The desk is broken. Al-maktabu means the desk. The desk is broken. Al-mudarrisu jadidun. The teacher is new. Al-qamisu wasikhun. The shirt is dirty. The shirt is dirty. Al-labanu baridun. The milk is cold. Al-masjidu maftuhun. The masjid is opened. The masjid is open. Maftuhun means open. Al-hajaru kabirun. The rock is big. Al-labanu baridun wal-ma'u harrun. The milk is cold and the water is hot. Al-muhandisu jalisun wal-mudarrisu waqifun. Al-muhandisu, now these are all without signs, without harakat. So you have to learn the proper harakat. You have to put the proper harakat, brothers and sisters. Al-muhandisu means the engineer. Now all these meanings are given in the vocabulary PDF file, which you can download from the website. Al-muhandisu means the engineer. Al-muhandisu jalisun, the engineer is sitting. Wal-mudarrisu waqifun, the teacher is standing. Waqifun means standing. Waqifun means standing. Al-qamaru ba'idun, the moon is far. Ba'idun means far. Al-mindilu nazifun, the kerchief is clean. Nazifun means clean. The kerchief is clean. Okay. Now here you have to, in this third example, you have to fill in the blanks. Okay, you have to fill in the blanks. Now 3 minutes are left. Whoever wants to answer, they can flag their hands and I will put on their mic so you can answer that. So what you have to do is, for example, in first example, al-hajaru, so there is a missing word here. So you have to use one of these words. So the words that are given is jamilun. Jamilun means beautiful. Wasikhun means dirty. Maftuhun means opened. Harun means hot. Thaqilun means heavy. Khafifun means light, means lightweight. Okay. So I'm asking Sister Zara, you can unmute your mic and answer the first one with a complete sentence. Okay. Zara Wasim Khan.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me please. Okay. So Sister Aisha Siddiqa, I'm unmuting your mic. Yeah, first one. Okay, so I think you do not get my answer. Okay, so the thing is, you have to fill in from one of these words. Al-hajaru, what is the best word that can go here with hajaru? Al-hajaru means the rock. Jamilun means beautiful. It cannot go with this. Wasikhun means dirty. It cannot go with this. Maftuhun means open. It cannot go with this. Harun means hot. It cannot go with this. Thaqilun means heavy. This makes sense. So al-hajaru thaqilun. So the meaning of that will be the stone is heavy. Okay. In the same way, you have to tell from second. So I'm opening the mic of Sister Hiba.
Al-babu maftuhun.
Al-babu maftuhun. Excellent, sister. Okay. So I'm now opening the mic of Sister Samina Javed. Number 3.
Assalamu alaikum. Al-Qamaru Jamilun.
Al-Qamaru Jamilun, excellent. So I'm opening the mic of Brother Taimur Abbasi, number 4.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Al-waraku khafifun.
Al-waraku khafifun. Tell me the meaning also, brother.
Warak and khafifun comes
The
in
meaning
weak.
of the sentence.
The paper is weak.
The paper is
Weak
khafifun.
or khafifun.
Means light.
Light.
Yes, the paper is light. Good.
Yeah.
So the next is I'm opening the mic of Amtul Kareem, number 5.
It's al-mandil.
Al-Mindilu.
Mandilu.
Mindilu, sister. Al-Mindilu.
Mindilu khafifan.
Yes, you can say khafifun, that the kerchief is light. But if you look at the words, since khafifun already went with al-waraku, so I will choose another word from here. What is the most appropriate word that can go with al-mindilu, the kerchief?
Wasikhun.
Wasikhun. What is the meaning of the whole sentence? Al-mindilu wasikhun?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so the kerchief is dirty. Wasikhun means dirty. Okay.
Okay.
So the kerchief is dirty. So I'm opening the mic of Sister Nahida Bano. Okay, so I think sister is not able. Okay, sister, you want to say?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yes.
Number 6.
Number 6. Al-laban harun.
Al-labanu harun. Al-labanu
Al-laban.
harun. Yeah, al-labanu harun. Okay, so it is. We are already late today. Inshallah, we will be continuing this class next Tuesday, same timing. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.